It's a great culture life. It's very special because in Switzerland we speak German, French, Italian, and Romansh, which is the fourth official language. And so it means that we have 3 different cultures, and each of them is very influenced by 3 countries: Germany, Italy, and France. And it's very interesting because in Geneva we have both sides, the Swiss cultural side, if I can say so, and also the French cultural side. And it makes a very interesting melting pot. And for instance, for my book, which is published in French by a French from Paris and a Swiss from Lausanne editors, it's exactly the bridge between the 2 countries. And so it's very interesting to see the reception from France and in France, and from Switzerland and in Switzerland as well. I have started writing at the age of 20-ish, but I was already writing since years. But at 20, when I entered at the university, I decided that I really wanted to write a novel. So I started to write a novel, my first novel, and who get refused by all the publishers I sent it to. And so then I write a second one, and a third one, and a fourth one, etc., until I finally get published. Mostly the literature that I've read: French literature, American literature, Russian literature. So it's my influences, because I'm very interested. Of course, I come from the French literature. And then I discovered the Russian literature, Dostoevsky, Gogol, and I was very into it. And then I discovered the American literature, and I connected immediately with it, because I know and I knew at that time very well the United States. So I was able to create many links between what I was reading and what I was experiencing in the United States. It's a method that goes with the flow. I know exactly what I'm doing, but part of the process is taking the time to let the ideas come and let the ideas become true ideas, because very often you have an idea from something, a scene that you see in the street, for instance, and then you have the idea, yeah, it's a good idea for a book, and then you're trying to do it, and it won't work for sure because it's not good enough. So you have to wait for another idea, and then the other idea in combination with the first one is going to be a third one, and this is the beginning of the process until you find a good idea and you know it. You say, that's the good idea, but it's a quite long process. No, I'm not sure, but I definitely took more time to write it. I mean, the first 5 novels I was in a rush because I really wanted it to be published, and so each time it was refused, I was trying to write as soon as possible another novel. And then for this one, as I knew it was quite critical, I wanted to take the time and to be very happy with my text and with my novel. So I took double time. Every novel was about a year. Till the 6th, it took me 2 years. I mean, the place and the setting of the novel is the first ideas that came to me. It was very new because most of the time for the previous novel it was an action, a scene, an idea that came, and then you set up everything around. In that case, I was in the United States, and I thought about the place. I was in a big house by the sea, and I thought it could be a good setting for a novel. And so it was the beginning of the novel, but then I had to fill out this place with characters and then with ideas and with action. So it was a reverse process, if you can say so. Probably we'll see. I hope so, but I'm very excited. But because being on screen, it's a new project, not mine. Project of some people that want to make a movie. But it means it's very interesting for me to see how my creation can create another creation. And of course it will be very different from the book because it's a 700 pages book. And how are they going to make a 2 hours movie? It's going to be difficult. They have to make some cuts, they have to make some big decisions about the plot. But in the end I will be very interested to see how we can create something from a previous creation. And this is very interesting to see. Why? Probably because the main character was my age, and he was evolving in 2008, so from my generation, from my time, and plus he was living in the United States on a city and on an area that I know very, very well. So I wanted to stay in something I knew. And I didn't want to try to take a doctor or I don't know what, where I should have made some artificial researches. And I just wanted to be credible by myself. And that's why I guess I chose a writer. Yes, I am, but I won't say anything about it. It's a surprise. I'm writing. It's a very good lapsus. I'm reading an amazing book. It's called in French Cao Calme. In Italian it's Cao Calmo. It's by Sandro Veronesi, and it's an amazing book. Read it.